Hi, Thumos. Welcome back, guys. Hope you're having a freaking amazing day. It's beautiful out here. So, I went to Cabo. I didn't tell you guys this, but I went to Cabo. I actually left the U.S. for the first time in my life. I went for a wedding, and it was an amazing time. When you leave America, you go to Cabo, you fly into Mexico, you look down from the airplane upon landing, and you see these freaking sand roads. There's no like concrete, at least when you land. Now they have concrete, they have highways, they have all that, but like just seeing this and you're like, wow, I'm not in America. Thank God for America, dude. I love America. America's great. Great place. Cabo was cool. Got hit by a massive hurricane. They took away alcohol, they locked us in our rooms. You couldn't do nothing. They freaking delivered food to the room. They gave me a ham sandwich, pretty damn good ham sandwich. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun. One of the things that I did when I was there, I didn't have any cigars. First off, I asked the lady at the gift shop. I said, "You guys got any cigars around here? It'd be nice to smoke a cigar on vacation." She's like, "Yes, sir." So she pulls out a freaking tray of cigars, whole assortment of them. And I say, "How much for one?" She said, 100. I'm like, "Oh, pesos, no big deal. That's like $5-6 USD." She said, "No, dollar, dollar, white boy." And I'm like, "Oh, hell no." So I got up out of there very quick. Didn't end up having one of those cigars. When I was there, though, the point of this, what I wanted to get at is, I was there and I am standing in line. I see this guy with a cigar in his hand. Okay? And I'm like, man, maybe this guy has a connection. Maybe he knows where to get some cigars. So I go up to him. I say, "Hey, man, where'd you get that cigar at? You know where to get any around here?" And he said, "Here, man, hold on a sec." So he takes out this box out of his pocket, Monte Cristo Cubans. And he says, "Here you go, man. Here's a little gift for you." And I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to take this from you. This is a Cuban. I don't want to take your money." I said the exact words. He's like, "Man, I ain't worried about money. I got plenty of money." I said, "All right." He said, "Just take the damn cigar and enjoy it." So I took it. I freaking enjoyed that thing. It was nice. I don't know if it was a real Cuban or not. Can't get them here in the U.S. It was nice. But it didn't taste like, I like darker, Maduro, matured. Kind of like that dark cocoa flavor. Dark, rich, black coffee. Black as midnight. Smack you in the tongue. A lot of people ask me, "Hey, why do you like cigars, Eli? Why do you like them?" Listen, it's different than a cigarette. This is literally a tobacco leaf. That's it. It's a leaf. They roll it up, little bit of vegetable paste. You puff it. You taste it. Get a little nicotine through the gums. You don't inhale, though, like a cigarette. All those chemicals. Puff it out. You sit down. You relax for an hour. You think. You have good conversation. It's great when there's people, when there's men, chilling together, having a smoke. Great conversation piece. Great conversation piece. There's a reason the Native Americans did it. There's a reason, men enjoy cigars. Okay, there's something good about getting together, smoking, having some silence, just freaking you and the cigar and some good conversation. So I had a great time. Was very thankful for that guy. And the reason I wanted to get on here, make this video, wasting your time, I think way too many guys are freaking wasting their time, and they're not curious enough. You're only curious about pussy. The majority of your life, 80% of your youth, from 18, let's say, to freaking 30-something, 35, you're just obsessed with pussy. That's all you guys are curious about, really. I'm not saying just you. Just think, a lot of guys are like this, man. You can see guys on the internet complaining, on Reddit, on these YouTube videos, "I'm a virgin. I can't get any girls. I fall in love too quickly." Dude, these guys are obsessed with pussy. Just obsessed with pussy. But they're not curious about the rest of the world. When you're curious about people, when you're curious about the world, when you're curious about things, this helps you develop your own personality. Personality, your own philosophy, your own opinions, which begin to shape your humor, which begin to give you insight, new ideas. You develop this humor and this outlook on life the more that you're curious about it. You go up to a guy in line and say, "Hey man, where'd you get those cigars?" And he gives you a freaking Cuban cigar that you never would have had unless you had a bit of curiosity. There was this guy in the airplane next to me. This older gentleman, he's 73, about 6'4", just a giant of a man, beautiful, just freaking snow white hair. And this guy had that swag to him, a little bit of a pimp to him. The what do you call them? Flight attendants? Flight attendants comes around. She's passing out snacks. He pulls out his bag of Doritos. And I say, "Oh man, you got the good snacks." He's like right next to me. I was like, "Oh man, you got the good snacks." He's like, "Yep." And, nothing really after that. About 5 minutes later, he offers me some Doritos. I feel like a dickhead too. I didn't even take the Doritos. I should have took the Doritos. Looking back, I want to smack myself for not taking the Doritos. If someone offers you something, that is a gesture of like, okay, we're cool, we're friendship, right? Should have took the damn Doritos. Oh, but the seed oils, dude, in the Doritos. Anyway, we get to talking. This guy was in Nam. He's 73. Just came back from Cabo for a week. Showed me this girl he's talking to. It was definitely a prostitute. Definitely. Good for him. Living his life. He's like, "Yeah, I got 3 girlfriends. And they all know exactly what I like." He's like, "I love women for the first half an hour to an hour. And then I get sick of them." This guy used to live where I just moved from, Cleveland, Ohio. So we knew all the streets, man. We started talking. It was a 3-hour flight, 3-hour, 40-minute flight. We talked for the whole time. It was great. I got his number. Probably going to hit him up, make sure he's doing well. Just a great man. Was telling me all these stories, his philosophies of life, cracking jokes. It was great. Had a great time. Curiosity. It blows my mind that guys are not curious. At least it seems, right? Like, it seems to me that guys aren't as curious socially with people. It's like everything has devolved around pussy and complaining. And so listen, no bullshit, man. You may go to your job, you may spend your 9 to 5, working. You get home. How much time a day do you spend scrolling? You scroll, therefore you freaking are, dude. All right, it used to be you think, therefore I am. You scroll, now you are becoming something different, dude. Because I'm telling you, a lot of guys are scrolling. It's easy to scroll. It's freaking easy. And what are you scrolling for? What are you really looking for? How much ass did you see today, dude? How much booties did you see? How many TikTok dances? You even gotta be on TikTok. It's on freaking Instagram. It's on YouTube. How much? You're not watching the prawn. I get it. But how much did you see? What are you looking for? Is it just amusing you? Gotta ask myself these things because it's tricky, man. This is the war we fight. I think it stems from an obsession with women, an obsession with being validated by women. Unknowingly, we validated them. We've put them on a pedestal, and we have made them our God, that golden calf which we worship. Instead of keeping our eyes on what is true, on what is righteous, on purpose and vision in life, chasing after something, a lot of us are just obsessed with the puss. We look for it all the time. And we question ourselves when we don't get validated by a female. When we aren't getting, having sex, when we aren't having girls slide into our DMs, when we aren't on these dating apps and getting girls chasing after us. It's like something's wrong, right? We feel less than. And it's wasting our time, dude. Like, it really is wasting our freaking time. I think we've programmed ourselves to look for this sort of thing. Damn it, dude. I was just talking and talking. Okay? I wasn't even recording, so we're just gonna steamroll through this, man. I don't think that when you're younger, well, I know you don't feel yourself age. You just don't do it. You stumble through the years. Thanksgiving rolls around. Christmas rolls around. Next thing you know, you're 30 years old. You don't feel the age until you're that age. And I'm telling you, a lot of you guys are going to get careers. You're going to get a girlfriend. You're going to fall in love. You're going to have a career. You won't even like know. It just like happens, dude. It happens. The days add up. They stack up. You make it happen one way or the other. You're going to move out of your parents' house. You're going to get a freaking apartment. You're going to get a freaking house. Maybe, it takes time. You're going to get there. But what happens when you get everything that you ever thought that you wanted? A lot of you guys are going to stumble into love. You like legitimately fall into love. You don't willfully choose love. You kind of fall into it. Fall in and out of it. I'm gonna change this quote. There's a quote by, I think, James Clear from Atomic Habits. I'm gonna alter it. The chains of love are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. A lot of you guys are going to get in a relationship at some point that's going to last for a couple years, okay? And all this obsession with women, is gonna make you question, what the fuck were you wasting so much time for? You get the validation. You're like a freaking army that goes into the gates, right? You conquer a city. The freaking Navy SEALs, SEAL Team 6 going rogue. You conquer the city. You set up barriers. You secure the fortress. You secure the woman. She's yours. Okay? But what happens is the army gets lazy. The army gets bored. It loses its vision. It loses purpose. You see, soldiers need to train, man. Soldiers need to stay sharp. Because when his heart is idle, it turns to fear. If the city's conquered and it loses that that desire for conquest, its heart turns to fear. And so you spend, your teenagers 18 to freaking 30. You're just obsessed with women. Like, just obsessed with getting laid. And then you get it. And then what? So that's what you got to address in your life. Now listen, I'm not saying don't chase women. I think that you actually should chase women. Really do. I think you should chase women. You're young. Go after them, dude. Talk to them. Think about it. When's the last time that you guys actually talked to a girl? When's the last time you had a good conversation with a girl that wasn't in the digital realm? I just talked to my neighbor the other day. Had a good conversation. Lasted about 5-10 minutes. In Cabo, I talked to multiple women. When else? Yesterday I was at JCPenney returning a shirt. Talked to the lady at the cash register. It was only a 30-second transaction. She smiled at me. Oh man, I said something. Forgot what I said. She smiled. Oh man, my nuts got a little heavier. I left that interaction, little test boost. My day's perked up. I'm whistling out like freaking Edward Norton in Fight Club when he gets fired. He's just like feeling good, man. That's all it takes is a conversation, a smile. So chase the women when you're young. You should be talking to girls. You guys thinking it's a waste of time? Bullshit. You just been corrupted by all these grind and hustle. Alex Hormozy, Tate, freaking Grant Cardone, whoever's out there preaching hustle, hustle, hustle. A lot of you guys don't know what to hustle on. Right? A lot of you guys don't know what to hustle on. And you have this idea that you need to hustle, but you're not hustling. And you just Like anyone who says, dude, I gotta grind is like not grinding. I think you should talk to girls. I think you should go on dates. I really do think you should do that. Because then you don't focus on it so much. You don't obsess. I see women normal now that I've had experience, and that like I hope you guys are staying here for this. I see them normal. Whereas before, when I lacked the experience, they were some god to me. They were some thing that I desired so heavily. And by desiring so heavily, by being obsessed, I created this fantasy in my mind that I was never fulfilled unless I got more puss, unless I had puss, unless I had validation from a female. And, you know, by having some experience, by being able to converse with a woman, by having these interactions and experiences and the dates and the late nights and the, you know, it helps you grow. It helps you focus on other things. It's just it's something that it's like a commodity, dude. It's like freaking coffee. You know, it's like a woman is supposed to be a natural part of your life. Like, it shouldn't be this thing that you're obsessed for. But the media and the things that we look at and this constant search for the booty and the sex is corrupting us. It's like, oh, it's everywhere. You know, so it's keeping you at this animalistic base level. You know, you get your food, your shelter, and your puss. Then what? That's what I'm saying. What happens when you get everything that you ever wanted? Then what? Then you gotta start thinking, well, where the hell do I want to go next? But you look at the years, at all the things time you wasted, all the clothes you bought, all the money you spent, all the status you tried to give yourself, all the things you wrapped your life up in just to appear more cool and badass, just to get more girls. But your life has no greater meaning. And then you're just freaking unhappy. You get depressed. There's got to be more to life than puss, man. Unfortunately. You know, unfortunately there does. And it seems like everyone and their mama wants to get rich, travel, and find love. You know, and sleep around. But it's like, you gotta do something greater than that. You gotta have something driving you. And a lot of times, when this is all that's driving you, you think you're flawed because you can't get those things. That's the furthest thing from the truth. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay? It's very hard for me to relate to guys who complain and who are stuck in their head. And I say this as a guy who used to be very stuck in his head. But I realized I was an idiot. I didn't have other men around me. When other men are around you that are also cool and sharp, they sharpen you up. And they do not allow your mind to become dull. They do not allow the army to get bored. They train with you, alongside you. Like freaking U.S. Army training with Britain. Your allies. So when I hear a guy that has brought his army to the brink of collapse, where I see him waning, I hear him bitching, the answer is so clear to me. It's like, dude, get around other guys who don't allow you to be a bitch. It's that simple. Because if you only have yourself, you will convince yourself that the world is flawed, that you're a victim, and that women are all sleuths, and that you're gonna get cheated on, and there's no good women, and marriage, she's just gonna divorce you, and the marriage rates and statistics, and you just become freaking weird. You just become weird, man. Because no one else gets to make you feel weird. When other guys look at you like, hey, weirdo, you're being weird, man. you're gonna knock that shit off real quick. I've seen this in the group. I see guys shape up within a couple months. Come in, come in, and there's some weird things you can tell they spent way too much time alone with no experience. That's the thing. It's good to have alone time. You gotta have experience. The alone time's to process it, to develop, but you also need the experience to counteract too much alone time. The depths of alone time. Or you'll sink, you'll drown, you'll be untethered, man. You see it happen with philosophers. They were on to something, they were smart, they discovered new depths, new territory of the mind. But they were unhinged, they were unchained, they were not tethered to something else. They didn't have the experience, they didn't have the body developed. They had the mind so far floating around. They didn't have the body, they didn't have the experience, they didn't have the other. That's why I think it's more important. It's so important that you have other people around you, right? All this bullshit in the head. As a kid, at least for me, man, I was born in the 90s. So I had the opportunity to play outside with bikes. I was freaking jumping ramps. I was building ramps. I was the ramp king. I was freaking throwing up my BMX bike, jumping these ramps, roller skating. Played outside with the neighbors. Playing outside alone is boring. It's fucking terrible. You need someone there to throw the football with, to climb a tree with, someone to see you. You need the neighbor to come along, man. You need maybe the neighbor, you want her, your neighbor's sister to take notice of you. You want to be known. It makes you want to compete. It makes you want to be better. If you don't get that, it's just like, all right, I'm going to go inside and play my Nintendo 64. I'm going to go play freaking Pokemon Emerald and, try to see some titties somehow. Back then, you used to have to get a Playboy magazine from a hobo. You couldn't go online. I didn't have a computer, so you had to steal a hobo's Playboy magazine and then hide it from your parents, or you'd get your ass whooped. So it was tough. It was tough. There's an importance to play. And why, just because you're an adult now, do you think you don't need to play along with others? You think you're too good for that, dude? You've lost the joy of childhood, of being a boy. Just because the boy comes to be a man and has more responsibilities doesn't mean that he doesn't need to nourish that inner child with play. All animals play. My little cats freaking love to play. My cat, I have straps for lifting. My cat every night brings up freaking my straps because he thinks they're dead mice. He wants to impress me, dude. He wants to play. He wants it to be seen. Good boy, Pachi. Good boy, Paulo. Proud of you, you little hunter. Everything wants to play. It's how you develop. It's how you stay hungry. It's how you stay grateful and thankful to be alive. You can exercise yourself through play. Express yourself through play. None of you guys play anymore. You play video games. You don't play with women. You don't even know. Flirting is just playing. Flirting. Pushing the boundaries. Playing. Being playful. Right? You like joking. Having fun. But with joy. Not to always tear down. Maybe to reveal. Because humor reveals. I think that's how you flirt, man. That's how I flirt. I use humor to uncover a woman's brain. To take the tarp off of her brain. What's going on in there, dude? What do you really believe? And sometimes you take that tarp off and there's not a whole lot. And some of those ideas that's underneath that blanket don't really make sense. And they're there because of the media's put them there. And the parents have put them there. And the trauma of the past have put it there. But then a righteous army comes in, says, lift up that tarp, dude. And they freaking get to shoveling the shit out. And then they put in better stuff. They get in the mind. Your army gets in the mind. And she starts to think differently. She starts to see. You've illuminated through humor, through play. That too many of you guys take women too seriously. They're just like us. I had 3 sisters growing up. They're goofy. They're all a bunch of goofy women. all goofy. They love to have fun. They don't actually, I don't think, you guys take women way too seriously. They don't actually believe everything they say, okay? They don't really give a damn about all these politics. They just stick to it because they don't know what else to stand for. Because they don't have a man to support, so they support the big brother, the big man, the media man, right? They don't have a man to care for, to love. They don't have a man that makes them feel loved, that makes them feel confident in themselves, in their body, that helps them, that gives them tips about health and wellness, and shares their freaking protein powder with them. They don't have this. They don't have a man to show them good music, so they listen to freaking trash. You ever notice what most girls listen to? It's freaking trash. That's why Taylor Swift, they love Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's garbage, okay? They don't have a man to show them good food, to cook them good food. These girls don't even know how to cook, right? They don't got a man. They need it, okay? So you guys taking these women too seriously, it's your fault because you haven't evangelized. So you got all these boys running around obsessed with pussy. We're not evangelizing. We're not showing them the way. We're not building them up in righteous ways. You know, you're just hungry to get your mushroom tip wet. Wake up. And these girls, you know, you're wasting time. You're wasting your life. Okay? Where's the vision? Where's the Thumos? Got this guy in our group. Went on a date the other day. Freaking, he said, amazing chemistry. Amazing chemistry. And man, he was excited. First thing he told me, he said, this girl was so feminine. She was so feminine. He doesn't see it all the time. It is a freaking magnificent thing when you run into a feminine woman. A woman that does not care too much about a bunch of BS. Now, all women I think are actually have the capacity for femininity. I really do. I believe this. You must uncover it, like we talked about. It is up to you to bring that out of them. By not getting emotional yourself, by not arguing. Humor is your best weapon. Humor is, the devil hates humor, man, because humor, the devil ain't happy, the devil ain't laughing, right? You need to be able to laugh. You need to be able to use humor in your life. Humor is the philosopher's stone, okay? It says in the Bible that you must become just like a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. And we've lost that childlike wonder, man. We've lost the curiosity. Don't you want to know more about people? Don't you want to have new opportunities presented to you? Don't you want to discover a different world? Do you really just want puss? Is that it? There's a whole world out there, a world that you can impact. Yeah, America may be in the dumps, people say. Wherever you live, this place in the dumps, that's an opportunity for you to make it better. If everything was fine and dandy, if every company was, if everything was working out, there would be no need for you to come along, to be a change, to make a change that you wish to see upon the world. So you have to start looking, you got to flip the switch and start looking at things differently. There is opportunity everywhere. There's an opportunity to make people's lives better, to be curious about the world, there's opportunity. You got natural gifts. You really do. You got natural gifts, but you don't want to cover those gifts up by your obsession for puss, by wasting time. Okay? Maybe you're not even maybe everything, maybe it is puss. 80%, right? Where does this come from? Is it your lack of love from your mother? Potentially, maybe. Okay, but imagine she loved you. She made you feel you're loved, my boy. everything's fine. Your father, I think that's the goal of the father. That is the mission of the father. Make the son strong enough, build him up mentally, where he can handle, he can be stoic for the tumultuous, tortuous times of life. And the mother to nurture him, but there must be separation from the mother. So maybe you didn't, have it, but that's fine. F it. No other woman's going to give you that love. The love of something bigger. And the acceptance of your humanness, you being a man. Right? Like, it's not going to come from a woman, dude. It's not gonna, it's fickle love. Woman will turn on you when you turn on yourself. When you turn away from God, the woman will turn on you, right? Adam got deceived. Who knows what happened to them in the long run, But they suffered because Adam took his eyes off God, couldn't lead his damn woman. So a woman will turn on you when you turn on yourself. So a lot of you guys need to embrace that. A woman will come, I'm telling you, you will get the woman. I am confident, dude. I'm confident that if you just go talk to girls, if you try, if you take care of yourself, you get a haircut, you trim your nails, take a shower, wash your ball sack, get in shape, and don't dress like a bum, have ambition, you will get a girl. Okay? Most of you lack ambition. A lot of you guys don't need to just be cold approaching. You need to actually develop you need to put yourself in a friend circle, with other people. There needs to be some social. You can do both. You can cold approach. You can use Tinder, whatever you want. Do whatever the hell you want. You can develop a friend circle, meet people that way. You can meet people at work. You can meet people at the gym. There's girls everywhere. There's people everywhere. But, I don't see why you can't meet a girl. That's all I'm saying. I don't see why majority of men cannot meet a woman. Your dad freaking did it, dude. If your dad did it, you could do it. So, yeah, man. So don't waste your life chasing the wrong thing. Don't waste it, man. Because what's going to happen when you get everything you want? You're not going to know where to go. You're going to hate what you have. You're going to feel the pressure of constant consumption of more. You won't be happy because you don't know why you have what you have in the first place, right? So be careful what you aim your sights at. Be careful of what you crave so badly. Don't waste your life. Don't waste your life. Fuck yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Good. This is good. Very good. Good. Fall's here. Cold creeping in. I love it. Wakes you right up. Lets you know you're alive. So, let me know if this resonated with you, all right? Let me know if this gave you some things to think about. I pray to God that some of you guys will stop being lazy and doing activities alone, okay? Stop the lazy activities. You listen, if you don't like where you're at in life, if you feel that your body experiences constant anxiety, you feel like something's missing, most likely there is something missing. Now, you should take magnesium, okay? Take magnesium, let your body have this nutrients that helps you relax. Eat good food. Okay, that's a given. But what I don't see you guys doing is enough play. Really, I want to return to that idea before we wrap this video up. You must play with other people. Just because you're an adult does not give you the right to stop playing like you did when you were a kid. You were a kid for longer than you were adult, man. Think about it. The video games ain't enough play. Online play, esports play doesn't count. It's fun, but you actually need physical play. Soccer, basketball, sports. I highly recommend you guys. I can't listen. Grappling is the truest form of, like, I don't even know what I'm fucking saying. It just seems raw, you know, like two guys that are trying to submit each other. No ball, right? There's no balls, only your own balls. There's no freaking ball on the court. There's nothing. There's no, like, rules really, other than try to submit the other person. Try to choke him unconscious or break his arm. And I think it's why freaking grappling, jiu-jitsu, wrestling is blowing the hell up. Because you don't got to get punched in the face. You have a goal simply of trying to submit the other. And that is play. That is what humans do. That's what little boys do, bro. They roughhouse. They play. They try to best the other boy. Okay? And you're seeing it blow up for a reason, because it clicks with the human. It clicks with the man. And you develop a freaking strong community. You develop a strong community which sees you, which takes you out of your head, which acknowledges your rank, which gives you something to learn and grow in. And life just, you're fired up, man. It's not stale anymore. Now, of course, not all your problems go away. You may get a little banged up. But, man, if you're stuck, if you're unhappy, if you're too in your head, you're too focused on girls, freaking go grapple, man. Go grapple. Let the other men shape you up. You know? You need people to talk to? Come join us in the group. You want challenges? You want to get in shape? Come join us in your group. Something holding you back? Join us in the group. Like, we'll shape you up, dude. That's what the group is there for. There's always ways out. There's always a way to make your life better. Too much nihilism floating around. I'm proud to carry optimism. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm proud to remain optimistic. Life is fucking tough. Big deal. You know, we're tougher. And I know that anything can be improved upon. Your life can be made better. So don't lose hope. All right, man? Don't lose hope. Keep pushing. Fight the good fight. Keep the Thumos up. But yeah, don't sleep on play. Find a way to play. Freaking pump. We're going to Orlando this week, the 27th. We got freaking 16 guys coming out. 17. We're going to Orlando. We got a sick Airbnb. We're staying there for the weekend. We're gonna go out, man. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna talk to women. We're gonna freaking have a bunch of cigars, some whiskey. We're gonna do jiu-jitsu. We're gonna wrestle. We're gonna grapple. Some people are gonna get subbed out, tapped out. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna have fun. I can't wait. Hope you guys can be a part of this sometime. And let's get to playing. Have fun. Have a good old time. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.